The neural underpinnings of generous versus selfish behavior reveal distinct patterns of brain activation, suggesting that our brains process and respond differently to acts of philanthropy compared to acts of brutality or selfishness. When individuals encounter or align with generous norms, several key brain regions show increased activity. 1. Ventral striatum vs. This area, part of the brain's reward system, shows increased activation when people align with generous norms. This suggests that being generous or observing generosity triggers reward-like responses in the brain. 2. Lateral prefrontal cortex (LPFC) activity in this region increases as people align more with generous norms. The LPFC is associated with executive functions and decision-making, indicating that aligning with generosity may involve more deliberate cognitive processes. In contrast, when individuals encounter or align with selfish or brutal norms, different brain regions become active. 1. Amygdala and anterior insula. These areas show increased recruitment when processing selfish norms compared to generous ones. The amygdala is often associated with emotional processing, particularly negative emotions, while the anterior insula is involved in emotional awareness and empathy. 2. Ventral striatum. Interestingly, as people align more with selfish norms, activity in the VS tends to decrease. This suggests that aligning with selfishness may not provide the same rewarding feeling as aligning with generosity. 3. Lateral prefrontal cortex. Similar to the VS, activity in the LPFC tends to decrease when aligning with selfish norms. Additionally, when individuals engage in empathetic or sympathetic responses, which are often associated with philanthropic behavior, other brain regions become active. 1. Dorsomedial prefrontal cortex. This area is associated with mentalizing understanding others' mental states and moral conflict resolution. These findings suggest that generous and philanthropic behaviors activate brain circuits associated with reward, positive emotions, and deliberate decision-making. In contrast, selfish or brutal behaviors tend to activate regions associated with negative emotions and reduce activity in reward-related areas. This neural asymmetry may help explain why acts of generosity often feel more rewarding and socially connecting than acts of selfishness or brutality. It's important to note that these brain responses can be influenced by individual differences and contextual factors. For instance, empathy and perspective-taking abilities can modulate neural responses to charitable giving. Furthermore, early life experiences play a crucial role in shaping brain architecture, potentially influencing an individual's predisposition towards generous or selfish behaviors later in life.